Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Cody Charnell, multifamily real estate broker here in Long Beach. And today we're going to be checking out a really cool and fully vacant 4-unit property that's active on the market today. Before we get into it, just want to say a big thanks to Juan Huizar with Sage Real Estate. He's the listing agent on this property, and he gave me permission to create a video on it and bring it all to you. So big thanks to Juan. And without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so let's start with the location. The property address is 1117 North Nilet Court, and it's located in a neighborhood called the Wilmore Historic District. So this is the property. This is Wilmore, as you can see right here, basically stretches all across Anaheim, down past 7th Street, over to the river, and then back up. So this is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Long Beach. So you'll see really interesting old craftsman homes, old Spanish style buildings, brick buildings, a lot of really cool architecture in this neighborhood. And if we zoom out a little bit more, one of the things that I really like about this neighborhood is its orientation to downtown Long Beach. So you can see downtown Long Beach really starts south of 7th here. So basically 7th over to Alamitos, and then basically wrapping around the river and the ocean here. So downtown Long Beach, if you haven't been there recently, they're dumping a ton of money into it. I mean, they've built, multiple high-rise buildings. They've done some adaptive reuse where they've converted old buildings into really cool apartment buildings. They completely knocked down the city hall and rebuilt it. That was close to a $2 billion project, I think. So as downtown has gotten nicer and nicer, the areas surrounding have improved as well. So Wilmore is one of those neighborhoods. So if you drive through, you can see a lot of the older apartment buildings have been renovated and modernized a little bit. So it's interesting to see the neighborhood change. Rents in this neighborhood have also gone up significantly over the last 10 years or so. So in my opinion, it's probably going to keep going. The rents for those new apartment buildings in downtown Long Beach, like for a studio unit, rents start mid 2000s. So you're looking at 2,700 a month to get into a studio unit in those new apartment buildings that they're building. So if you go into the neighborhood surrounding, you can get into a studio unit for $1,400, $1,500 a month. And that's good for you if you own the older apartment building, because your rents are going to increase as downtown gets nicer and your tenants have access to all of the amenities in downtown Long Beach. So if we zoom in to the Wilmore neighborhood here, the property address I mentioned is 1117 North Nilet Court. And Court streets are kind of unique within Long Beach. So you can see there's a few of them. So Nilet Court here, we have Crystal Court, Electric Court, Corvo Court. So whenever a street in Long Beach ends in court, that means that it's on an alley. So kind of an interesting thing. You'll see these types of streets in mostly the historical neighborhoods in Long Beach, but just something interesting to point out with this one. Also, just aside from downtown, you also have access to the 710 freeway, so you can get up into LA or get over to the 405 and go down to Long Beach or down into Orange County if you want. You're not far from Long Beach Poly High School, and yeah, overall, it's not a bad location. Okay, so now let's take a quick look at the listing. So property or the purchase price on this one is going to be $1.2 million. It is active on the market today. So as you can see, it's been on for about 9 days. 4 units, 1923 construction, and you get an idea of what the building looks like. So very, very clean building. And basically it's as close to a turnkey building as you can get. So they've redone the roof, they've redone the plumbing, they've redone the electrical. It has all new windows. All 4 interiors have been renovated. There's a laundry room, there's a new water heater. Basically everything that you can think to do on a property has been done here. And the big bonus on top of that is that it's being delivered vacant. So a new owner could purchase this, put in their own tenants, and rent out the units at market rent And basically, it would be a low maintenance building from then on, and you just have to manage it. It's honestly a great option. You don't see vacant buildings hit the market very often, especially ones that are fully renovated like this. So the unit mix, if we scroll down here, oops. So it kind of cuts off, but the unit mix is all one bed, one bath. So you can see three of them here. Um, and then there's the fourth one. So 4 units. They're saying market rent for these is max probably 1,800. I think it's probably somewhere in the 17 to $1,800 range. We'll take a look at the numbers in more depth in just a minute. And this is a video that I took when I recently visited the property. So as you can see, the unit's in really good condition. It has a kind of a big storage space here that kind of stretches over the staircase that I just walked up. So you could use this as a small office. You could use this just for storage. Kitchen is in really good condition. And yeah, not much to say. I mean, basically everything in this unit has been renovated. So you can see just how well the owner is taking care of it. And all 4 units look the same as this. And then outside the building, same thing, stucco's in great condition. You can see those new windows. And then at the back of the building, there is this laundry room that doesn't have machines in it right now, but a new owner could put in coin-operated machines. If we look at the electric panels, all are much newer. I think they replaced all of these. And this is a big deal because insurance companies now are getting a lot more strict on the electric panels. So the fact that these have been done or upgraded is a good thing for the new owner. Okay, so now let's take a look at the numbers. So at a purchase price of 1.2 million and with the rents kind of between 1,700 and 1,800. And by the way, I'm showing current rent as 1,700, but we know that the building's vacant. So basically, I've just inputted kind of the low end of what I think you can get for rents and the high end. So we can kind of compare what the numbers look like. I'm also going to assume, for this one, I'm going to show you what 50% down looks like at what I expect you to be able to get as far as interest rate goes. So 6.875 is about the rate that we've been seeing for investment loans recently. You might be able to do a little bit better than that now. And this pro forma also includes a vacancy expense. So we're taking out 3% of our gross rents to account for vacancy. And we're also going to use property management in this example. So we have 6% expense for property management. So if we go over to our summary tab, we can see how these numbers shake out. So at 1.2 million, you're paying $300,000 a unit. That works out to $500 a square foot. And on gross rent multiplier based on the 1,700 a month rents puts you at 14.7 times gross. And at 1,800 a month for market rents, you're closer to 13.7 times gross. So these are on the higher end, but this is a much nicer product than you'll typically see. Cap rates, yeah, you're right in the low to mid 4% range. And so as you can see, with 600,000 down, so 50% down, this property is basically at a break-even point based on those 1,700 a month rents. And your cash flowing decently if you're able to get 1,800 a month. If we go back, because I know most people are probably thinking, well, I don't want to put, 50% down on this property. So let's see what it looks like with 25% down. Okay, so with 25% down, the cash flow looks not nearly as good. So you can see with 1,700 a month, it brings in $6,800 a month total in gross income. That works out to $81,600 a year. Then we take out vacancy expense. We take out just our normal operating expenses, which are in this column over here. And then we also take out our debt service, which comes from this section. So now with 25% down, we have a $900,000 loan. Monthly payment is $5,900, and that works out to basically $71,000 a year. So really, we're going to be negative on this one if we're doing 25% down and accounting for all of these expenses. If we were to, let's say, take out property management, and let's say we'll take out repairs and maintenance too, just because this building is in such good condition right now. And then we'll also take out our vacancy. So this is probably as lean as you'd want to go on the numbers, and it's still negatively cash flowing. So let's see if we can fix that. So after taking those expenses out, 30% down doesn't quite get us there. One thing with this spreadsheet, if you hit a 1.0 debt coverage ratio, that means that the property is basically breaking even. So that's the number that I'm looking at as I'm changing the down payment. So 30% down didn't work. 35% down is really close. 36. Okay, so that gives us a 1.0 debt coverage ratio. Oops. And if we come back to the summary table or summary page, you can see it's negative $223 a year. So I'm going to say that's basically break even. All right, so that's the building. I'd love to hear what you think about this one. Is this a building that you would invest in? Or if not, at what price would you invest in this? So my goal is to put out one of these videos per day. It's been pretty hard to hit that goal, but I am working on it. So if you have any other properties that you'd like me to analyze, please feel free to send them my way. Thanks so much for watching. If you got any value out of this video, please remember to like and subscribe. And remember, invest well, trust Cody Charnell.